the game to play out to see what are the plans of this Primal Beast. It's the overall last week. I'm sure he can see why this hero is actually very suitable in this game, what he can do. I mean, the lane is definitely going to be very, very smooth, I would say. Bounty Hunter Spectre against Primal Beast. Should be a free farm lane for him.
Might have a little bit of action here before the horn as well. Maybe not. Trying to sneak around, but yeah, Akashi in position is going to prevent DJ from being too sneaky here. Elimination match number 3. Again, guys, if you are looking for the Blacklist Rivalry Execration Rambulan elimination, that's over on the Storm channel. You can catch that here. Here, we are going to get underway very shortly at the horn. I don't know. What are you thinking, man? I'm honestly, I was a bit shaken by Talon's games yesterday. I thought that they were a little bit lucky, if I'm being honest, to get out of that. I think they could have, you know, certainly have lost that 3rd game. And
yeah,
bleed.
they definitely could have easily lost that game after what happened in the 2nd game. Let's go. Time dilation. Let's go.
4 versus 4, but Makoto, he's stuck on the low ground here with Tidebringer. Masaros, though, drawing first blood on Aponio. Quickly striking back as Chuan. And ending up with the runes is going to be what? There's still 1 rune, is there? No, they picked them all up. Ah, 2 for 2. Okay. There it is.
Timber got first blood.
Timber did get first blood. He was killed, so he's right back to lane, blocking creeps immediately, as long as he doesn't die straight away. I think he'll be pretty happy with that. Chuan did get a little bit of money here as well. It's about a 200 gold lead after the kill for Chuan over Makoto. We'll see if that ends up making any bit of a difference for the early bottle. I suspect it will, but Makoto is a melee hero into another melee matchup, and he's a Kunkka, so I think this will be relatively fine for him, honestly.
Yeah, we've seen this matchup, I think, yesterday. It's pretty good for Kunkka. I mean, Pango should be able to do decently, at least, you know, secure his farm with a shield crash, swashbuckler. I mean, you're not gonna win this lane, you know, as Pango, but you can survive. Just get your bottle refills on the runes, and you'll be good. It's very important to understand that some matchups are just not really possible for you to win, and you have to just play for equalizing the lane. Because sometimes you see players in certain very 50-50 matchups, they tend to play too aggressive and die. Speaking of dying, Jokem.
Yeah, another it's not Chakra, it's Shuriken,
I mean,
of
the
course.
Spectre and Bounty Hunter lane killing the Hoodwing and Primal. This is crazy. I mean, they were able to get level 2 first, that's why.
Yeah, and just generally not respecting how spammable Shuriken toss is early on. 50 mana, I mean, it adds up quick on a short cooldown, but you're actually able to out-harass a Hoodwink, and that's not something most supports can actually do.
That's actually true. It's probably the best spell, one of the best spells for mana to damage ratio.
Yeah.
Level 1. Like, what, is there any spell that does more at level 1 on a position 5? Actually, probably not, yeah. Brain Sap is like what?
100 damage. I mean, per
90.
mana, that's...
Yeah, per mana is actually there's no spell, you know, 50 mana for 100 damage.
120 mana for... Hold on. Level 1 Enfeeble does 12 pure damage a second for 9 seconds. That's what? My math is terrible. I never liked my 12 multiplication table, Winter. It's 108, isn't it?
108, yeah,
108 pure damage for 120 mana. That's pretty decent for level 1 spell, if you ask me.
Yeah, but I guess it's because it's tick damage. I mean, tick. It's not like 1 go. Shuriken toss is like 1 go.
Okay, I see what you mean.
I'm gonna try this.
It's probably still Soul Assumption.
Okay, yeah, fine. I remember that spell.
Yeah, but he's not really a support too much these days. But you know, I always like to talk.
I mean, this is why they are picking Bounty Hunter position 5. Like, this hero can somehow deceptively secure the lane for the carry. Something like a Bane, you know, with Brain Set, but you have a much lower cooldown on your Shuriken toss.
Your range is pretty bad, though, so I imagine there are probably a couple of supports that will simply outrange a Bounty Hunter. He's got a ton of armor, this guy, though. He really just has a ton of armor.
Yeah, he's very tanky, deceptively tanky. You think you see a Bounty Hunter position 5, And you feel like, oh, this is a melee hero, can't do much to me. Then he starts
Yeah.
trading, he starts tossing shuriken. Then you
To
realize,
me as
oh,
well, like my primal brain, it sees, oh, very small hero must be very easy to kill, right? Hoodwink, Riki, Bounty Hunter, 9 armor. Yeah, that's not happening too quickly here. Top, a little bit of a skirmish here as they do try and interrupt the pull. There's good fighting for Bleed, though, because the longer they fight here, yeah, exactly, the more that Akashi is going to feel threatened to try and contest this. Double Wraithband build for him early on. Whirling Death ready to go. Masaro's 2 points in this reactive armor. So much to stay in also with that Cold Embrace. Holding on to 14 wand charges and the Healing Lotus. He is not dying anytime soon.
yeah, we see this from DJ yesterday as well when he was playing on the off lane. He chose to go for Cold Embrace at level 2, keeping the off laner topped up in terms of health in the lane. It's a spell that got buffed recently, so it's pretty useful for the laning phase itself. Like the total heal is about what's the total heal? Additional math. It's like 160 base heal plus 2.25% for 4 seconds. So around 200 HP heal. At level 1, 200 heal. Pretty good.
So Helm of the Iron Will, I mean, so much sustain in that lane like we're talking about. Do you wonder, I'm just looking at Chuan right on this Pangolier. I'm wondering like what lane he's going to want to gank. Top lane seems really hard for him to gank, honestly speaking. Maybe you can catch EJ, but even then, he likes to go for a Bracer on the Wyvern, so he is also deceptively tanky. Bottom, I think, is going to be their best bet, right? When he does start to rotate. You do have a Spectre who you probably can jump. You're maybe going to have to try and ignore the Bounty Hunter, but eventually you're going to have 3 points in this trample with a Pulverize, maybe a Bushwhack with some Acorn Shot bouncing around there. That seems most realistic to me, but we even see WS, generally having a pretty difficult time in this lane as we hear Paulison starting to steal some money for himself.
Yeah, this is not looking good for them. I mean, the Spectre is practically getting more farm than the enemy off lane. This is not something you see when you pick Spectre. When you have Spectre, what is expected is you lose that lane, or he can break even. But now he's actually kind of winning the lane. And this is not good news for them, for Talon.
Yep.
And he's gonna have to wait for the Pango to start to make rotations.
Especially with Makoto now making the first rotation. We'll see. Oh, yeah, okay. He picked up the Bounty Rune. Has the
Gold from my chest.
Anyone seen an ugly little goblin lady riding a big dumb lizard?
Okay, so he's gonna move bot. Pango's gonna TP down here. He's gonna try to react towards what Makoto's doing. See an X mark into boat, but that's not gonna be enough to save him. He's gonna still get stunned by the Rolling Thunder, which he can do about it.
Yep, I'm back now, Winter. Hello, how did the fight go? The gank? Oh, it totally didn't go their way. What the hell happened?
He tried to rotate and Pango just TP over and Rolling Thunder just perma stun him, and that was it. Boat couldn't save him. And Talon's able to snatch 2 Wisdom Runes in the meantime. Huge deal after that exchange. So they killed the Conqueror and they took 2 Wisdom Runes. That's a very good sign for them. It's gonna help them recover for the laning phase, which the Primal Beast is kind of suffering initially. And we see Paulson starting to get active on the bounty. Like same as what he did the other day. He was like trying to move around and he was really pressuring the opponents a lot very early on with his bounty hunter. And here we see the same thing again. He's gonna set up a kill here. Spectre's gonna shadow step in. He's gonna get another kill here. Ideally, you let the Spectre get the last hit. Nope, Mikoto wants the last hit. He says, nope. I've been making rotations. I just died. I need the gold. And back to bot lane, he goes on the Spectre. WS is waiting in the corner here, trying to just throw out some damage on the pulverize. Not really enough. Expected with dispersion. Pretty tanky hero. They're gonna need to bring one extra hero for them to kill the Spectre the next time. The faces white not level 6 yet, so doesn't really want to move and help his team as well now. He's just able to stand in the tower, trying to soak up the last couple of remaining XP before he gets level 6. He's gonna get it. Let's see if he actually can try to set something up here. He's still holding the tower on his own, waiting for his teammates to arrive, for him to use the Chronosphere. Poloson is currently scouting, giving his team information, so they know that the Void is still behind the tower.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
So Timber's gonna back off, doesn't feel comfortable anymore staying in the area. Realizes
Hello,
that with
Winter.
a Chrono
Can you
plus
hear me?
a TP rotation, he could just go down.
Winter.
Sup.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, a little bit of strangeness on the Discord settings here, but we are back. Thank you for covering, Winter. If you want to talk over you, I've been catching up with the game, still watching here, as we do see lots of skirmishing here out of the laning stage. Glad we are all good to go now. Juan heading into that diffusal blade. That's going to be his big power spike here as Makoto looking to counter that with his own blade mail. Another denied rune. I saw the AD rune get denied by Ponyo in his dying breath before he pulled the cheese out as a bit of a taunt. Now bottom, Paulison still doesn't have access to the track yet, as this lane has gotten substantially harder with WS getting that Helm of the Iron Will online.
I mean, they're gonna try to steal some of the camps here, but it's getting dangerous. They're very near the tower.
Yep.
Anyone can just TP in, so we're just waiting for runes and the Pango against the Conquer rotation. These are the things that are gonna be very, very crucial. Mikoto's busy clearing up some stacks now with the Wyvern, so they get the level 6 on DJ. Whereas on Talon's side, they don't really have level 6 on the Bane yet and the Hoodwing. So Bane is also stacking, trying to get his level 6 up.
Top.
Maybe more.
Rotation coming through. Oh, but the curse interrupting the roll. Let's see what Masaros can make happen here. He's got this time dilation slow, but it is the combo that they were looking for. Curse into boat. Kashi has no Chronosphere here. They've already dropped that to start the fight as he barely gets the time walk out of in time, is what I mean to say. Chuan, however, he will be ran down. No options for him to try and live here, as even Jackie joining this fight with the run buff. No way anyone was dying there. Phenomenal fight, really, from the entirety of Bleed. Paulison stays down bottom in a bid to try and get his level 6, but it seems like this tower will be going down.
Yeah, that was all set up by that perfect Winter's Curse by DJ. On the Pango, I think that was probably the best target, because if he actually used it on someone else, the other two heroes, then the Pango would have continued to roll there. So very well done by DJ, turning the fight around with the boat, Curse into boat. And that's going to allow Paulson to get his level 6 on the bot lane. That is perfect for Bleed, and yeah. That's the first chrono of the game, not working out for Talon, so they are going to have to find other means of creating something on the map. Probably going to be the level 6 on the Bane, the Grip. And this is quite a deep heal.
This is pretty deep. Ponyo trying to get out of here, but pulled back by the X mark. No way out for him. Support for support, not so bad. I think the only issue in a trade like this, Winter, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's that Bleed win a fight, they take the top tier 1 tower, Talon try and go for some kind of a play down bottom, but it leaves them in a position where they cannot contest that tower anymore. Jackie's still farming. You can see there's always a bit of danger now wherever Void's going to be farming. I don't know, am I kind of in the right direction here about why these trades feel bad?
I mean, it's also the track, right? If you are trading against Bounty Hunter, then it's definitely not very good for you. And here we go. Talon's going to bring the Pango again. He's gonna try to open up this section of the map for the primal beast. He's gonna get a
grip
pulverize,
and the
but
pulverize
co-embrace.
here, just not enough damage. Look at that sustain. All of a sudden now he's got the tracks running here. That allows Jackie to jump right onto Ponyo. I believe this is going to be the first track kill of the game as Chuan stuck in the river. Getting a decent bounce, but just not enough now onto the Kunkka, who's going to be able to perfectly time this X mark as soon as the Rolling Thunder ends. What a play out from them. Another track kill here, nearly guaranteed, as indeed now they have it. In fact, Paulson
Oh my god, and a
bonus
stack.
into the stack. Cha-ching right now for Bleed. Holy.
Oh my god, there goes the Primal's comeback goal. I think it was probably meant for him. And that's a very, very big blow towards the Primal. He already didn't have a very good laning phase, and now he just lost his stack as well. I have to try to find something with the next chrono. I think the roll, when you have roll ready and you have chrono, they have to try to string together some moves here. But I'm trying to figure out how, you know, like the chronosphere doesn't really work very well with the rolling thunder and the pulverize. So you might have to send the primal in to pulverize someone, start the fight, and then use the chrono next. But then there's a co-embrace, right, to save.
Another fight breaking out here. I mean, just they've stolen the stack. They're going to get at least DJ for this, but Ponyo will lose his life. It seems like if they can pick off Masaros, perhaps it's going to be worth it, but the wand charges allowing him to at least get into the river.
No
He's got
mana.
a lot of the charges of the reactive armor, but not enough regen there. There's just no way out for him.
Yeah, a little bit of overextension by Bleed there, just costing them 2 heroes in favor. I mean, in the exchange of one Bane, and they didn't have to use any of their big spells, just pulverize. Still have their chrono up, their roll.
They're
Max mark.
opportunistic kill here. Jackie, if this isn't a kill, at least he's going to be able to keep farming, but good news for them, it is another kill. And just, I mean, you can see how much money this is really starting to add up now. I mean, it's 10 to 5, 15 minutes in, but because of the bounty hunter, it's a 5 to 6k net worth lead already starting to build here. This is only going to help Jackie out even further as he gets closer and closer here towards his Radiance. Makoto as well is going to be able to get the water park online even sooner. I mean, it's just looking so great for them here. Masaros in the mid lane. Chuan does tag him here just a bit with the Diffusal Blade, but it's just too many enemies in the vicinity here that are going to threaten to counter-initiate. Bottom tower is down, so that's more space for Jackie to continue farming. Did they steal the Wisdom? I don't see anyone taking that Wisdom rune.
There's still a wisdom at top.
Yeah. Not sure where the bot Wisdom rune has gone. Either way, Jackie, they're going to make a play for him now with the grip active. They've burned all of his mana, only has a couple of stick charges to his name. It seems like there's just far too many heroes here. Paulison is the only one nearby. He'll at least apply a couple tracks on the way out, but Lead are willing to let the core die, at least in exchange for this tier 1 tower.
Decent trade. I think they're not too upset about that. Losing a Spectre for the mid tower. Now Spectre's gonna be alive in 10 seconds, but Bounty's gonna go down here while he's trying to devote X mark on the Pangolier. There's a shield rune.
Fight kind of continuing here. Ponyo trying to live a bit longer, eventually taken down by Makoto's damage. But Jokum able to snipe DJ here, so there's no threat of the Winter's Curse. That allows at least a Chronosphere to go through, but the boat perfectly interrupting this. Now the regen with Jackie joining the fight. Captain Coco's Rump, keep it Makoto nice and healthy. He may be, you know, having a little bit of a disturbed step there, you know, drunk off the rum, but he is alive and healthy. That just absolutely ruined Talon's day, excuse me.
Yeah, that chrono was actually questionable, you know, he got 2 heroes, but he also got his teammates in the chrono, so that didn't really work out for them. And with the boat buff, they couldn't really kill anyone. Ponyo, once again, getting caught.
Yeah,
another track kill.
And once again getting killed. Starting to turn into a really difficult game here for Talon. You can just see where this Bounty's playing. He's applying tracks, playing around the aggressive wards that Bleed have set up. Now without Chronosphere, you're just left with your Rolling Thunder, with your Pulverizes, and every so often that grip. To really get anything done, right? This Chrono just... I don't know if it'll ever feel scary, Winter, but at least for this early game, it's not doing a whole lot here for the side of Talon.
And they just don't have a lot of spells to throw into the bubble. That's the issue. The Chrono doesn't synergize well with their heroes.
Juan, oh my goodness. That's just how they drew it up here, right? Polison just applying the track, just stalking, patiently waiting for Masros to catch up. As soon as Masros is in position, Jackie haunts in. They hit him with the stun out from the Shadow Walk. They stun him again with the cooldown, and there's just literally nothing he can do. I think even if he has roll up there, Winter, he's still dead.
Just too much burst damage in a short period of time. With the Shuriken low cooldown spell, gets buffed by the track, and then you have the double dagger from the shadow step. Right, things are just looking really good for Bleed right now. Just getting into the phase of the game where they're shoving out lanes with the Timber and the Conquer, and every time Bounty finds a hero, it means a kill with the track.
Paulson, he's just so on top of it here, isn't he? Like, look, there's a courier killed. Oh, you need vision to try and see where this bounty is? Oh, well, not anymore. There goes your, there goes some of the wards taken down. Continuing to go around. Let's see, he spots Chuan. And with Masros nearby, guess what? Shadow Step is ready. Chuan trying to jump on in, forced to Rolling Thunder. They have a Winter's Curse. DJ is here behind the tier 2 towers, Winter. It's so oppressive right now for Talon.
Nowhere safe. Bounty is just making everywhere he goes a danger zone for Talon. I mean, they have like a pretty good ward setup, you know, around their jungle. If you look at their vision, they have Orb Sentry around their jungle, but Bounty Hunter is somehow bypassing everything. He's playing behind the wards. Like, he's just trying to avoid the common spots where sentries are placed. And he's doing a very good job of just bypassing all the sentries. Shadow Step, 5 seconds. Polison finds another hero here.
Yeah, Xmark is still going to hold him down and gives Makoto more than enough time to still execute on this combo. Ponyo and Chuan behind. Yeah, just have to let the squirrel get hunted and killed again. The net worth lead jumping up to 10k, Winter. And the farm distribution, I mean, it's almost perfect between Masaros, Makoto, and Jackie. So they're all extremely farmed, extremely over-leveled is kind of what it feels like here. As Ponyo, he's got no way out of this one either. I think Paulison just needs to try and catch up. Yep, finds the reach, and that is going to guarantee the kill onto the Bane. The only thing that they're struggling with is really a bit of tower push, right? But I assume at some point they're gonna hit this moment where there's just a little bit too much damage. They have the lanes pushing out. You know, they're losing their mid tower for free, right? Which is not really the best for Bleed. But if they can find a big pickoff here onto Akashi, smoke breaks, they catch him right away. Winter's Curse is
nice
set up now
curse.
onto the Pangolier boat and the Torrent Storm incoming onto the two of them. Chuan already down. Akashi able to at least get into his tier 2 tower, but Masaros cuts him off. Diving under the towers here. This is so violent. Makoto caught underneath the tier 3 tower. They can give him a bit of healing to allow him to tank that tower a bit further. This might be a bit too deep. Nah, you thought. Jackie popping the blade mail, able to get the pick off onto WS, as even the sharpshooter is not going to do a darn thing. Bushwhack a bit too late. I think Jackie, yeah, Jackie's fine. What a game from Bleed here.
Yeah, just abusing the same combo. Every time they have vision on someone, they get a track off, and they get a Shadow Step. And it's just very difficult when you have no ability to group up to avoid being picked off. If you are not ready, you have to wait for a certain specific item. Like the Void doesn't have BKB, so he doesn't feel comfortable grouping up. And then you're always going to run into this chance of getting picked off in the game. And Bleed is just fully utilizing it. When this Primal just feel like didn't really work out with their overall game plan, with what they wanted to do. Maybe he felt like the laning phase was supposed to be better for him, because they kind of lost the lane against a Bounty Hunter Spectre, you know, as a Primal Hoodwink. And that changed a lot of the plans that the Primal wanted to do in the game.
Fuel Scepter is going to kind of just force WS to overcommit. And the damage is just everywhere here. Blade Mail or not. It just doesn't feel like there's anything Talon can really do, even fighting underneath their own sentries. Turns out Bleed just sets up vision there at the start of the fight, takes down 2. And you can see Talon trying to do the next best thing, all right? Moving around the map, split pushing some lanes, Akashi farming, stacking in the enemy triangle to try and get a little bit more farm, but it's just been kill after kill after kill here for Paulson involved. And and only 14 of 22 kills, and it's just felt like he's been involved in all of them, frankly. Another Shadow Step in 15. Chuan is probably scared for his life. Okay. Oh, no, never mind. That's Timbersaw. I was like, if they get a Lotus, maybe things get a bit easier here, but honestly, I just don't know, Winter.
They're gonna need a lot more than the Lotus right now. I mean, they're gonna need what, BKB on Void. They're gonna need, I guess Pango also kind of wants to get a dagger. I think against counters, if you have you're playing against Winter's Curse, Bench Swap, or anything that can disrupt your role, you need to buy Blink. And he's working towards the Blink right now, but still 800 short. So they're definitely gonna have to wait for those couple of items before they can actually group up. Lens into Agalims, yeah, on the Hoodwing. It's interesting.
Ags used to kind of be a build on this hero. Sorry, Lens used to be a bit of a build on this hero. The Ags is
How about into
certainly interesting.
Ags?
This decoy. No, I don't know if I've ever seen Ags. Didn't it used to be the boomerang? And it would give status, it would give minus status resist? Am I not crazy with that? Now it gives spell damage, spell lamp.
Now it's kind of like also like you have a secondary sharpshooter.
Yep.
I mean, it just means that you have more damage, right? But I don't know if damage is like kind of like the problem. I guess because none of their heroes can throw spells into Chrono. Chrono doesn't really synergize with any of their core heroes, like the Primer and the Pango can't really do too much in the bubble. So the
I'd
Hoodwing
like to see
decides.
the item online. Give Jokum a little bit more to play with here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he feels like they need to be able to do more damage in the Chrono.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge upgrade to Sharpshooter, honestly. What, you get max damage after 3 seconds, so this buys you something like a third. It's 2.25 now max damage, and the arrow is a lot faster, so, you know, I wouldn't say instantaneous damage, but between Chrono and a what's that thing called? The Fiend Script. That should be enough time for you to, you know, actually charge that thing up and get some damage. And no time here, by the way. Bleed, I've just destroyed it, Roche. No time for Talon to realistically contest this, and things are just gonna get scarier from here on out, honestly. Still 17k the net worth lead. It continues to build. Talon, I mean, they've got a pretty decent base defense, honestly. Bleed do need to take care that they don't overcommit and dive, because even though they have a lot of sustain, they've got some pretty good reach and good scouting. Scouting doesn't do very much when, you know, enemies are in a fortified position like that high ground, so they will lose that advantage. I wouldn't really count Talon fully out, but perhaps their best bet is, if not high ground, trying to get wards up in the triangle and taking a fight in their triangle or some position like that where the bounty's not going to be able to just, you know, start the fight with a pickoff. They just can't afford a fight like that right now.
I feel like probably high ground would give them the best chance.
I mean, just look at this. Jokum trying to farm damage.
Yeah, Bleed doesn't really have like good heroes to kill buildings. I mean, they're very good heroes to kill other heroes with the Bounty, the Spectre, the Kunkka. But killing buildings is not that thing, so it's gonna take some time. I mean, Void is halfway to his BKB. Just he's actually more than halfway. He's only lacking what, 500 gold or so. 400 gold. Wants to get it before he returns to base for the base defense. Tower's at half health. Still have a glyph. Yep, they got rid of the catapult and should buy the Void enough time to actually come back with the BKB done.
Oof, look at him. Look at that. Just interrupting the onslaught, and just Jackie easily joining. That's a big kill onto the offlaner. That might just open up for some more trouble, as Ponyo is going to drop as well. Both these heroes with buyback, but these are resources that, you know, you don't really want to have to expend. Bleed very slowly, very methodically closing the chokehold that they really have on this game as Talon. Well, the enemies at the gates. Bot tier 2 tower is still standing, but things are not going to get any easier from here, as they have now Jackie on the high ground with an Aegis for 2.5 minutes, starting to hit some buildings. Chuan even taking so much damage there casually from Masaros. That should about guarantee at least the melee brax. It's a nice bushwhack at least, which will buy him some time, but...
Oh, Bounty Hunter finds a
Yep,
setup.
found another
onto
one,
Akashi.
and that's the Faceless Void, and he is just dead. Yule Scepter is such a strong item against him, just prevents any sort of escape, gives you more time for the Shadow Walk.
Dire's top barracks are under
He doesn't have buyback.
Yep, he just bought his BKB, and they know it. Well, there's at least one lane of Rex right now. It's just hard, you know, without the Void. Not much the other four can do.
There's the jump in from Masaro. Shokum pulled back into his death. Another. Actually, I believe that's the Haunt now with the Ag Scepter from Jackie.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
And it's just every time Talon, anytime they try and interrupt Bleed, it seems like for the past 6 minutes, it's just been like Bleed just kind of swatting them away, killing a couple of heroes casually, barely committing any big ultis, and pulling back Chuan, who has Rolling Thunder, but he just has to be careful for the curse. DJ standing so far behind, has a Blink Dagger at the ready to counter-initiate. There is a BKB on WS. There is a Mage Slayer on the Pango, so he is tankier, and now Akashi smoked up with his own BKB and Mjolnir, level 17. He might just have to make a play here. Aegis expires in 1 minute and 15 seconds. Talon are faced with a choice of whether they're just going to let Jackie take the tier 3 tower and eventually their buildings, or if they're going to make a play here. Check out this backside of Akashi. He might be able to find DJ, but DJ, oh, he scouts him, gets the blink away. Akashi time walks in, but he's already lost WS. Masaros makes very quick work of him, slices him up. Masaros, though, held back by the grip. They have the damage, and they have a kill there. Shadow step in. Ponyo is going to pay for that with his life, and that was a buyback for him. Rolling Thunder was used as well by Chuan. So your damage into Chrono is now only going to be Swashbuckle and Jokum with a Sharpshooter, which is down for 30 seconds. Akashi, he might be forced to BKB here as he's going to be pulled back by the tidal wave. Jackie, 30 seconds left here on this Aegis. Might just want to take a death here, honestly, to reset. Excuse me. Did that Bushwhack miss? How? That seemed to be... Tree?
No idea, man. I mean, the Aegis is gonna expire 10 seconds and doesn't really matter. Spectre just wants to wait for the Shadow Step cooldown, come back to the fight again. I mean, ideally for Talon, the fight should start with either the Pango roll or the Primal going in to pulverize the target, and then they have to try to create chaos for the Void to land a good chrono. And they also have to find the Wyvern, because if you chrono without finding the Wyvern, then the Cold Embrace or Curse is going to ruin everything.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Another ward down. Jackie is like, okay, thank you for the ward. Shadow Step, TPing to the fight.
Dire's bottom tower is falling.
We get a shard now for free on one of these heroes. Goes to DJ, which is, you know, a pretty good shard actually on this Wyvern. Cold Embrace shoots out now a Splinter Blast when it ends. It's pretty solid.
And the
Use
cooldown
our
reduction.
crucial motion.
4-second cooldown reduction as well.
That's
Huge.
true, that's pretty big. Uh-oh, WS pulled down to the low ground. Nightmare at least keeps him alive for now. Is Akashi just jumping in, applying some time dilation, which is immediately dispelled by Masaros' Lotus. This is Ag Scepter, by the way. That was the decoy. I think that was Jokum's first decoy. Gonna have another one in 50 seconds. This is pretty spammable, about more spammable than Sharpshooter is. Well, let's see if this ends up making a difference. It is a lot of damage. I mean, it's going to be doing, what, something like 500-600 damage about with just the decoy, right? And he can just kind of throw these down. We'll see. Get some vision. That's a nice bushwhack. Chuan missed the Swashbuckle, unfortunately. So that's the decoy. And yeah, I mean, it still applies the break. Decent damage. A second one being shot. It's like a medieval defense here, Winter. The crossbowman at the walls trying to hold, as that's a phenomenal jump onto DJ. Akashi is going to be lifted, though, at the tail end of that, and the Haunt is out. They actually only got DJ, who immediately buys back, but what's it going to cost them? Ponyo killed off by Jackie as he shadow steps onto the position 5. Chuan, another X mark, has the roll up. He is fine underneath the tier 4 towers. Good save there.
Not too bad, he can't save his Rex, and big curse once again.
DJ's back.
DJ.
Jokum, decoy or not, you are dead. DJ trying to live here and check that out. The self-heal on the cold embrace. Can he actually get out of here alive? No. He will eventually die, and in fact, Akashi, holding on to the BKB here, is able to time walk away. Nakoto, a little bit of a torrent storm here as Bleed. They actually haven't really gotten a lot of tower damage, and 2 buybacks from 2 cores, though. That's not bad whatsoever. Jackie is TPing home. He has Shadow Step, so he can be back in this fight pretty darn quickly now. Just needs to find the right kind of target. WS is looking pretty low, but it's kind of risky here with heroes respawning on the Talon side. So Bleed, they are going to call it quits here. They'll go ahead and chill and reset for another fight. Now, they didn't really get too much. They only got the tier 3 tower and 2 buybacks. So, you know, I don't know.
They just don't take buildings quickly. I mean, their heroes just can't kill buildings quickly. They're very good at killing heroes. That's about it. It's gonna take them a couple of more attempts before they can actually get the racks. I mean, they need to kill like at least 3 to 4 heroes. Like 3 heroes, I think, at least before they can siege the high ground. Spectre's working on the disperser. Gonna be huge if you can actually get it before the next fight.
Is there a win condition here? Does refresher level 20 talent on Akashi, does that change much at all? Or like, I mean, how hopeful is this game right now for Talon? I don't really want to call them out of it, but it's such a, I mean, it's a 1k per minute net worth lead almost, right, for Bleed. And the bounty obviously has a lot to do with that, but it just feels so oppressive.
Yeah, everything is gonna hinge on the chrono. And it's not easy for him to chrono. The last fight you saw, he was so pressured that he actually chronoed only DJ in the fight, in the bubble. He feels like if he doesn't get the Wyvern in the bubble, then he's not gonna be able to do a lot in the fights. I mean, I don't blame him. I think it's the right move. But if you only chrono the Wyvern, do you have enough for the other heroes? For a hero like Timber and the heroes like Conquer, Spectre, they're all very, very tanky. So it's a very tough decision to make in the team fights. And realistically, you're not going to be able to get the Wyvern with any of the cores together in the chrono.
Your admiral is on board. Double down.
Roshan, number 2, spawning in 10 seconds, so it'll be a nighttime Rosh. But they also see WS stealing from the Lotus pool. Excuse me, sir. Didn't you know that dinosaurs aren't able to pick up Lotuses? How are you even doing that with your claws? Where are you going? TP in a way? DJ thinks not. And that is going to be another killer. That's a dieback, actually. He fought back earlier here on the Primal Beast.
Roshan's up on the top side. Knight Roshan. They just have to scout it.
Radiant are scared.
I mean, they'll know by now. Did they smoke? What's that? They did smoke. Oh, this Wyvern skin just makes it look like he's not smoked. It's a kind of a weird one. He smoked, in case you can't tell. I sure can't. $37K now, Winter. Net worth lead. We're about to hit 25 for Jackie. There's the Roar of Retribution. As Talon holding out in this game, refusing to give in. They have a chance. Vindicator's X for Akashi with the Mjolnir, BKB, level 20 talent in the Chronosphere. But taking down Jackie twice now. Not impossible, but sure does feel quite difficult here. I mean, you've got Hunter's Boomerang, you have 2 sharpshooters, effective for the break, and honestly a bit of damage here into Jackie. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem impossible. Like, I don't want to say that, but it just seems so hard as well, doesn't it?
Radiant are scared.
Perfect scenario, right? You get the chrono, and then you have what, the sharpshooter, and then you need to chain it with the grip as well. You need to kill the Spectre. I mean, if you do that, maybe you take down 1 life. I feel like maybe. I'm not even sure if you kill her once. But let's say you kill her once, then what? What do you do the second time? It's just very, very difficult. Even if you have to use like 3 buybacks, 4 buybacks. don't think it's going to be enough right now. I mean, they have to try. And hopefully land a very good chrono.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
It's got to be basically the biggest chrono.
Dire's bottom
Here they go, just up to the tier 4 towers very confidently. Talon cutting the wave top, trying to get whatever additional items, cooldowns that they can afford, but there's only 2 heroes in the base right now, Chuan and Jokum. The rest of the heroes just seeing what they can find. Ponyo is hopefully trailing behind the Primal Beast. Oh, this could be something, actually, with the bounty coming back. Maybe they can actually get a little bit of a surprise kill here. We have to keep our eyes on the base. Okay, so Akashi's return. There they go. And it doesn't seem like this is going to work out as, of course, with the Spectre able to, yeah, not only haunt, but also shadow step in. Things are, yeah, I mean, it was just a really hopeful plan, honestly. But I respect him for trying to make it. In the meantime, Jackie, he's back into your base now. The bounty isn't here, so it is a 4 versus 3, as Talon don't have everyone back home yet. The push is continuing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's slow, Winter. It's slow. Why don't they use Masaros' flamethrower? Ah, there it is.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
You can see just Paulison.
Comes
Oh,
the roll.
man.
Here comes the beast.
Yeah, okay. So Paulison's going to die up there, or he's going to get the kill, rather. But the Rolling Thunder, not bad. Good damage here onto Jackie. They're trying to divide and conquer now, but WS, his BKB has ended. Pulverized, failed to pick up the kill. The Ag Scepter online doesn't do too much. Actually, they do get through Ponyo. Nice turn there with the Fiend's Grip. They are able to at least take down the Bounty Hunter, as that's Paulison who dies, pardon me. Chuan, with his Ag Scepter, is doing far more damage now, but pulled out of the fountain. Akashi ready with his Chrono Crew, but he just needs to be careful. DJ sitting so far behind the wave, ready for the curse. Oh no, but he's been caught. Akashi drops the Chrono, is going to use that BKB. That is going to be the horn sounding the arrival of the Megas as Ponyo buys back. Jackie just diving nearly into this fountain now, picking off 2, 3 heroes. Masaros now in onto Chuan. The Hex pulling Akashi out of the fountain. I mean, you have to commend Talon for not calling it here, but this one, yeah, it's all but over now. The GG well played is dropped. Bleed Esports, they pull off another successful version here of their bounty tactics. Well done.
Yep, well done indeed. Very, very nice execution on the bounty, Wyvern, Spectre. Is it like how many heroes?